Okay, this is a cool one, and it uses Claude and Chrome's ability to visualize the real user experience of rendered HTML and JavaScript to make qualitative judgments and analysis based on real user experience of a site. So you can run this through the desktop app, which integrates with Claude for Chrome, and it'll pull up a Claude for Chrome browser if you ask it to do something in that. And then, of course, you can cross-reference it or use all the other connectors that are in there, like connecting it to GA4 and GSC, and tell it to do more comprehensive analysis. But for the purpose of just demonstrating how this part of it works, you can just use Claude directly in your browser. It's an extension that you can pull up. And for this example, I'm going to tell it, hey, analyze this SEO landing page for UX and CRO, look for broken features, and identify opportunities for conversion. And Claude takes over and actually starts to read the page, scroll through it, take screenshots. And again, you can crawl sites with Screaming Frog, you can have it execute JavaScript and all of that, but this is taking a qualitative approach to looking at what does the real rendered HTML look like in a browser window, and what is that experience like for a person as they're scrolling through here. In addition to that, it'll check for broken links and actually interact with elements like forms to find out if any fields or features aren't working as they're intended. It'll compare the rendered HTML experience against the HTML source code and any JavaScript and let you know about if there's any unused JavaScript or just crap that's floating around. So I don't have it running this audit as part of this right now, but you can tell it to run a Lighthouse audit and it'll do that as well. So page speed auditing and core web vitals is another thing this is super useful for. Again, not anything that was impossible before with tools and automations, but this makes it so much simpler and easier to just provide a qualitative, subjective, plain language prompt to Claude and have it execute all of that from there. And then in about a minute, we have a comprehensive UX and CRO audit of the page that I can go through and review everything that it's saying. It looks like it's identified that the over $50,000 budget radio is pre-selected in the contact form by default, which is true. And this is a pretty minor nuanced detail, but if people are coming and filling in this form and they don't select something else, it could be sending a false signal because it's just automatically selecting that they have a budget over $50,000. So that is something that's worth fixing. It called out a bunch of dead links in the main nav, which actually are intentional because the labels are there just to be navigational, and so they don't link to an actual page, but it is a good point that there will be dead clicks on those because people think they could click it, but it doesn't actually link to a page. It's a great find. It's read our hero section sub-headline copy and criticized it, and the criticism seems pretty valid to me. Looked at the headline copy and said it's wordy and vague, doesn't answer the visitor's core question, why Blueprint over every other Atlanta SEO agency, no differentiator or specific outcome, compelling hook. I think that's a great criticism, an area of potential improvement. It said the hero image is off-brand and generic. Used a 3D stock illustration of generic digital marketing icons. I almost feel attacked at this point because the criticism is so true to ways that I feel about this page. And maybe things that on their own I didn't think justified the amount of time to go in and change it. Would have to have some kind of like systematic reasoning behind it, but like packaging it in a UX CRO audit like this and providing really good justification for it makes a lot of sense. Calls out that the pain point section has no CTA, so this section does an excellent empathy-based selling, but it has zero call to action. Totally true. A well-placed CTA button here could be a high converting moment. Absolutely. So there's even more and a whole lot of recommendations that came through in this just quick audit that I pulled. I didn't even get into the CRO section. So I gotta go because it seems like I have some work to do here. But my main point with this is it is so easy to operationalize this. All you have to do is install the Claude for Chrome extension in Chrome, get it set up to your Claude account, and start prompting it with simple things that use qualitative analysis like this for pages, UX, CRO audits. The sky is the limit, and I'll put together a list of unique uses for the Claude Chrome browser, stuff that you could do for SEO that you really just weren't able to do, certainly not scalably, before you had this capability available to you. So I hope it's helpful, and do let me know if you have any cool uses for Claude and the Chrome extension that I haven't mentioned.